Now we are in module 24. It is all about food, spending, and budgeting. The goals for this module are to assist clients to make healthy decisions about nutrition and diet, to assist clients to plan and prepare their meals, assist clients to measure and record their weight, assist clients to eat, and assist clients with budgeting and shopping. When people are asked to describe what is unique about the culture they came from or in which they were raised, food choices, meal preparation, and dining habits often into the conversation. What people eat and how they eat are integral parts of their culture. When caregivers help clients with meal preparation or eating, they are entering into the client's culture. Asking an open-ended question will help the caregiver know, understand, and respect the client's food choices and preferences, cultural upbringing, and style of dining. At the same time, as they reflect culture and upbringing, food and nutrition are major factors in maintaining health. Magazine articles are full of fad about diets, helping people losing weight. However, the word diet actually refers to the selection and quantity of food that people eat. Everyone needs to eat a balance of foods from the five food groups: grains, vegetables, fruits, dairy or milk, and protein, meat or beans. And this is called a regular diet. In addition to getting a balance of nutrients, many clients are advised to follow a simple modified diet. This means that one feature of a regular diet is changed. The six simple modified diets are soft foods, bland foods, low calorie, high calorie, low salt, and low fat. Caregivers need to be prepared to help clients select and prepare foods that meet their dietary restrictions and at the same time as recognizing and honoring the client's cultural traditions around eating and mealtime. Caregivers are sometimes asked to measure and record the client's weight. You should know how to do that with both digital and non-digital scales. Storing food properly will make the food last longer. This also makes your client's money stretch further. Safe food handling is important to prevent the spread of germs. Germs can be found on the food, on the preparation surface, the table or counter, on the utensils, and on your hands. Germs from any of these sources can get into your client's stomach and make him or her sick. Eating is not just for nutrition. Eating can also be a social event with emotional and sensory elements of sharing, bonding, and just enjoying the experience. It fulfills many needs, like physical, social, and even emotional. It is important to always be aware of this when assisting a client during mealtimes. A pleasurable dining experience is not just about what kind of food is eaten or served. Food and dining experience are pleasurable to people for many different reasons. Caregivers are often asked to assist clients during meal times. For various reasons, clients may be limited in their ability to eat by themselves. They may be unable to move their hands or arms and manipulate utensils. Their arms or hands may tremble or shake, or they may otherwise lack the strength to eat. There are various ways a caregiver can assist a client to eat, from providing companionship to assisting with utensils. The emphasis should be on making mealtimes an enjoyable experience for the client. To properly prepare for assisting clients during meals, it is important to explore why we eat and why it is not just about putting food into our mouths. Let's now proceed to client spending and budgeting. A budget is a plan that helps a client or the client's whole family to keep spending within certain limits. Budgeting is important because it can help the client meet financial goals. The caregivers may assist the client's budgeting and spending in two ways: by teaching the client how to budget his or her money effectively and spend it carefully, and by assisting with shopping. It is important that the client take as much responsibility as possible for their budget. The caregiver can assist them in doing by involving the client in making choices and decisions, honoring the values and preference of the client. There are certain guidelines that caregivers should follow when handling the client's money. Do not use the client's money for personal purchases. Keep personal money separate from the client's money. Keep all receipts. Give all change to the client immediately. It is very important for the home care caregiver to keep records of all purchases that he or she makes for the client. This protects the client, the caregiver, and the agency. Records should be simple, current, accurate, easy to read, and readily available. The record should include the date, the amount of money, and whether it was cash or a check, the items that were purchased and the cost of each item, and the signature of caregiver and the client. When assisting with shopping, the caregiver should follow certain shopping tips in order to spend their client's money as wisely as possible. Some tips to follow when shopping for food include: make a list with the client and buy only what is on the list. Look for coupons and discounts. Note last day of purchase. Check unit prices for the best deals. Buy foods that are in season and that the client prefers. Buy generic foods if the client is willing. Buy in bulk if it is practical. And use government supplemental programs. So now, what is nutrition? Nutrition is how the body uses food to grow and stay healthy. Nutrients are the basic elements of food that the body needs to be healthy. Nutritious is what we call foods that have lots of nutrients and are good for the body. We mentioned that nutrients are the basic elements of food that the body needs to be healthy. And let us discuss those nutrients. First, we have water. Water is the most important nutrient. A person can live only a few days without water. It helps digest food. it gets rid of waste and keep a steady body temperature through sweating. And the sources are fluids we drink, like water, juice, milk, coffee, and tea, and some foods like soup, celery, lettuce, and apples. The amount that we need is about 64 ounces of water each day, or 8 cups. We need to keep a fluid balance between the water that goes into our bodies and the water that goes out. Water goes out when we urinate, sweat, have bowel movements, or vomit. So what is dehydration? Dehydration is when the body does not have enough fluids. The causes are when the body water is lost and not replaced. Examples are sickness, like vomiting and diarrhea, too much sweating, or not drinking enough water. Dehydration can lead to very serious health problems, including death. The next nutrient is carbohydrates, and this is the energy source for the body. It is used to provide fuel for body heat and energy. It also provides fiber, which the body needs for regular bowel movements. The sources are bread, cereals, rice, potatoes, pasta, vegetables, and fruits. Starches or complex carbohydrates. Foods that are high in sugar. Desserts, syrups, and jellies that are simple carbohydrates. Complex carbohydrates are better for the body than simple carbohydrates. Grains are all foods made from wheat, rice, oats, cornmeal, or barley. These are plants that grow in nature. Whole grain foods have more of the original plant in them and are more nutritious, better for our bodies than refined grains. The next is protein. Proteins are the body's building blocks. Proteins help to build and repair body tissues. Meats, beans, fish, eggs, milk, soy, and nuts are very good sources of proteins. The amount that we need, it depends on the person's size, age, level of activity, and health. Next are fats. These are how the body stores energy. Fats provide insulation or the warmth. It protects internal organs and it carries nutrients. The sources are meat, fish, eggs, nuts, milk, butter, and oils. We have polyunsaturated fats that are corn, soy, safflower, and sunflower oils. And the saturated fats are meat, butter, coconut oil, and peanut oil. Polyunsaturated fats are better for us than saturated fats. Vitamins. It helps with growth and helps the body to use other nutrients. We have vitamin A, good for skin and bone growth. Vitamin B, it helps nervous and digestive systems. Vitamin C, it helps in healing and keeping blood vessels strong. Vitamin D, it strengthens bones and teeth. And vitamin E helps in healing and energy. Different vitamins are found in different foods. That is why we need a variety of foods in our diets. Minerals. Minerals strengthen some body parts. It helps the body to use other nutrients. like calcium. It helps strong bones and teeth, blood clotting, muscle contraction. Potassium, needs for heart function. Iron, it helps body cells to use oxygen. Sodium, it keeps normal balance of water throughout the body. Minerals are also found in different foods, so we need to eat a variety of foods in our diets. Now let's talk about Choose My Plate. There are 10 tips to a great plate. 1. Balance calories. Find out how many calories you need for a day as a first step in managing your weight. Go to www.choosemyplate.com to find your calorie level. Being physically active also helps your balance calories. Second, enjoy your food but eat less. Take time to fully enjoy your food as you eat it. Eating too fast or when your attention is elsewhere may lead to eating too much calories. Pay attention to hunger and fullness cues before, during, and after meals. Use them to recognize when to eat and when you've had enough. Third, avoid oversized portions. Use a smaller plate, bowl, or glass. Portion out foods before you eat. When eating out, choose a smaller size option, share a dish, or take home part of your meal. Next, foods to eat more often. Eat more vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and fat-free or 1% milk and dairy products. These foods have nutrients you need for health, including potassium, calcium, vitamin D, and fiber. Make them the basis for meals and snacks. Fifth, make half your plate fruits and vegetables. Choose red, orange, and dark green vegetables like tomatoes, sweet potatoes, and broccoli, along with other vegetables for your meals. Add fruit to meals as part of main or side dishes or as a dessert. Switch to fat-free or low-fat 1% milk. They have the same amount of calcium and other essential nutrients as whole milk, but fewer calories and less saturated fat. Seventh, make half your grains whole grains. To eat more whole grains, substitute a whole grain product for a refined product, such as eating whole wheat bread instead of white bread or brown rice instead of white rice. Eighth, foods to eat less often. Cut back on foods high in solid fats, added sugars, and salt. They include cakes, cookies, ice cream, candies, sweetened drinks, pizza, and fatty meats like ribs, sausages, bacon, and hot dogs. Use these foods as occasional treats, not everyday foods. Compare sodium in foods. Use the nutrition facts label to choose lower sodium versions of foods like soup, bread, and frozen meals. Select canned foods labeled low sodium, reduced sodium, or no salt added. 10th, drink water instead of sugary drinks. Cut calories by drinking water or unsweetened beverages. Soda, energy drinks, and sports drinks are a major source of added sugar and calories in American diets. Let's talk further about tips for food storage. Again, storing food properly will make the food last longer. This also makes your client's money stretch further. Here are important tips for storing food properly so that it does not spoil. As soon as you get back from shopping, put meat, fish, and poultry in the refrigerator. If the food is loose or wrapped in paper, put it in a clean plastic bag first. Store dry foods in covered containers. Use older purchases first. Store separate from cleaning supplies. Do not store food beneath the plumbing, under the sink. Refrigerate eggs, milk products, margarine, cooking oils, salad dressing, and mayonnaise. Do not refrigerate fresh fruit until it becomes ripe. Keep the refrigerator and freezer units in good working order. The refrigerator temperature should be at 36 degrees Fahrenheit to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. The freezer temperature should be at 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Cover all cooked food and write the date on the cover before putting it in the refrigerator. Use frozen foods within 6 months after you buy them. Don't thaw frozen food on the counter at room temperature. Now, there are more tips for safe food handling. Safe food handling is important in order to prevent the spread of germs. Germs can be found on the food, on the preparation surface, like table or counter, on the utensils, and in your hands. Germs from any of these sources can get into your client's stomach and make him or her sick. Tips to keep food safe from germs. Wear clean clothes and or an apron. Always wash your hands before handling food. Wear gloves if you have a cut or infection on your hands. Never cough or sneeze around food. Clean and sanitize your workspace before and after preparing food. Use clean dish towels and dishcloths. Use hot water and soap to wash utensils. Never taste and stir food with the same spoon. Put warm foods or leftovers in the refrigerator immediately. Do not use damaged can with bulging lids. Do not eat raw eggs. Never use cracked eggs and never undercook eggs. Use cooked meat, poultry, fish, and baked dishes within 3 to 4 days after cooling. Do not use foods that have become moldy. Keep hot foods hot, above 140 degrees Fahrenheit for serving. Keep cold foods cold, below 40 degrees Fahrenheit for serving. Keep the refrigerator clean and use food within the recommended time on the label, and do not refresh food. We have some assistive devices for eating. We have angled forks and spoons. These are for limited wrist or arm movement. Easy grip large handled forks, spoons, and knives. We have zipper cups. We have plates with high lips to keep food on plate, and snap-on food guard to keep on plate.